Good morning and welcome to Thursday, July the 2nd. I already like the title of our devotion today, Rest for Your Soul. I could use a bit of that. Matthew 11:28 through 30, we know it's the Lord's invitation here. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. How we attain such a balanced life of toil and tranquility is one of the main themes of Scripture. First, it means recognizing and renouncing our tendency to make idols of money and power. See Ecclesiastes 4:4, it says, and the words there are, I saw that all toil and all achievement spring from one person's envy of another. This too is meaningless, a chasing after the wind. Second, it means putting relationships in their proper place. They invite us to see Ecclesiastes 4:8. There was a man all alone, he had neither son nor brother. Even though it probably means making less money, one handful rather than two. But most of all, it will mean pursuing something that is beyond the scope of Ecclesiastes to identify. The New Testament reveals that the ultimate source of the tranquility we seek in Jesus Christ, who, because he has toiled for us on the cross, can offer us the true rest for our souls. Without the gospel of Jesus, we will have to toil not for the joy of serving others, nor the satisfaction of a job well done, but to make a name for ourselves. I don't believe we're supposed to be out for a name for ourselves. That, in my mind, falls into the category of thinking more highly of yourself than you ought to think. It's a dangerous place to go because then we begin to see ourselves as superior to or better than, or we got all the answers and they don't, kind of thing. Or we assume we can read somebody and know what they meant by that, kind of thing. And that leads us to then being judgmental toward them. And trust me, that gives no rest, no rest for the soul whatsoever. Um, But this invitation is should be the favorite of just about everybody in Matthew 11. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened. Any of us have days where we don't feel weary and burdened, or lengths of time because things happen, difficulties happen, loved ones get sick, we ourselves get sick, we have accidents, whatever the case may be, we have a tendency to be burdened by those things because they eat on our mind and we can't get rid of them. And we want to have a good balance. That's the key here. To find rest for our soul, we're going to have to balance out what we do, what we think. And that's where we need to go. We need especially in our thinking, we need to go to the Lord for help. This isn't clear to me, Lord. I don't quite understand it. I think I've got the answers, but I'm not sure. So please help me. Please help me so that I can get this all balanced out, and the burden that it's creating in my heart and mind, I can be free of it. I can be free of it. Because that burden that gets put on us, you know where that came from, right? It came from the God of this world who wants us to worry all the time, wants us to look at situations from the wrong perspective. And that's why we need to keep going to the Lord to take this invitation to come to Him. Come to Him when we're weary, when we're burdened, because what He offers is the medicine we need. He gives us rest. He assures us he's got it in his hands. He assures us he's got it under control. And he offers us to join him. Take my yoke upon you. Learn from me. Right? Learn from me. That's the best tutor we can get. For I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Sold. I'm sold. That's a good place to be. Who else can help us like Jesus? Oh, that just pops a song into my head. No one ever cared for me like Jesus. I won't know the rest of it, and I'll spare you on that. So, blessings to you today. Find rest for your soul in some way today, going to the Lord in His Word, in prayer, in just sitting back and being thankful for who you are, what you have, the people in your life. There's so many things to be thankful for that are gifts to us from God. And we can pick things out in our lives. Right now, I think I'm so thankful for my daughters who live godly lives and who want to serve the Lord with their lives. That's an incredible blessing for me, and it was for Sue too. We were glad to see them go out at the Lord's calling, and us not sitting here trying to control their lives, pull the strings. No, you got to live here somewhere. We want you to have grandkids for us and all those kinds of things. No, you go serve the Lord. That's the best thing. That's the best thing that we think you can do, and that's what they've done. So we're thankful for that. I'm obviously, you know how thankful I was for 43 years with Sue. What a godly woman. And I don't know, I still today, after a year plus of a few months, I sit here thinking about her and remembering how much she helped me in being a sounding board, in being a helper to get through things, not just in my life, but in my ministry as well. She was an incredible teammate in that. And I don't just thank the Lord for her. I thank her for her. Her picture's right over here on my table. And every morning I sit here to have breakfast. I say hi. We have a little conversation. I don't hear anything back, so don't be calling a psychiatrist. But I know how she would be, and it does rest my soul to remember. And I think I've shared this in other places, but I often ask myself, what would Sue do? What would Sue say? She was such a model for me in my life, and a whole together different woman than my mom or my two sisters. Quite different, but a blessing. But a blessing, and that does rest my soul. I can sit back and know that she's caring for me. And I know my daughters care for me. They message me regularly. They ask how I'm doing. They, for Father's Day, they put a call together, and we spent some time talking back and forth there. And it's always, they got to pick on Dad when they get the chance. So again, there's all kinds of ways to be thankful for how God has blessed us. And when we're thankful and we're thinking in that line, that direction, it makes so many other things disappear. Those things aren't going to hurt us anymore because we've got this that God gave to us, much like Job that was mentioned at prayer meeting tonight. The faith that Job had when all this bad stuff started happening to him. His wife even tells, "Oh, just curse God and die." And every negative thing that happens, he's got a response of faith that I don't know we can match. But eventually he comes out on the other end listening to God and being blessed by God, and then God asking him to offer up a sacrifice for his friends who kept blaming God for all of this. And again, it's done. It's cleared off the table, and I don't need to let that eat me up anymore. That's how we got to go about this rest for our soul. Rest for the body, a bit easier. Sit down in the chair, air conditioner on days like this, and just enjoying the rest, the physical rest. But then that oftentimes also leads to spiritual rest and mental rest as well. So ask the Lord to help when those things you know they're eating you up in some way. Ask the Lord for help. Take his invitation up. Come to me, all you who are weak and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Visit the spiritual doctor for what you need. Blessings to you today.